Oh my god, that's the end of it? That's so dumb. Oh shit. That was fucking silly as hell. Alright, well these are the credits. You won't see them until after you know, by the time y'all are seeing these, I've played through Burial at Sea as well, which also like so I'm sorry, I was laughing at the end of BioShock Infinite. That was a little silly. Also, no boss fight, just an enemy rush. It was fucking stinky, bro. That was so dumb. And then I didn't even get to fight Songbird. He just fucking, he helped me out for 5 seconds, which that didn't make me feel any better about him. Yeah, so BioShock Infinite. The story's not as good as the other two. The gameplay is not as good as the other two. The art direction's amazing. It looks fucking incredible. That whole game was beautiful. Whoever did the art direction for this game, 10 out of 10. You did great, actually. That guy did awesome. And the music was pretty okay, too. You know what I mean? I didn't mind the music. Music was all right. It wasn't anything to write home about. It wasn't fucking BioShock. The fucking, oh my God. The strings for BioShock are beautiful. BioShock 1 and 2. It's just not as good as even as I remember. I remember like, yeah, no, BioShock Infinite, the story is super cool, man. I forgot that shit is dumb. I'm so sorry. And I'm not saying if you like it, I don't, not a negative towards you. I don't think you're dumb. I like tons of dumb shit, but that was beyond silly, you know what I mean? People like what they like though, and that's totally chill. I'm not judging you for liking it, but I am just saying from my perspective, especially coming after the second and the first game, that was not up to par in anything except for the artistic department. That shit was awesome. That was a beautiful looking game, I will say, and lots of the areas looked terrific. The enemies looked good, but there was only like a total of 6 different fucking enemies. What? There's the guy who sees you, the people he sends out, which like the guy who sees you isn't even really an enemy, you know what I mean? It's like the things that he sends out. So I'm counting them as 1. All right, you've got not Songbird, he doesn't count because you don't fight him. You got the big animatronics that were just multiple different people. So like those are all 1 as well. Abraham Lincoln and George Washington, and I don't remember if there was a Comstock one, but if so, they all did the same shit. You've got the Grenadier guys. You've got like the heavier set of dudes that usually have like shotguns or something. And then you had like the soldiers for both sides. That's like 5. That's 5. Oh, and Handyman. That's 6. So yeah, there was like a total of 6 enemies throughout this whole game, and that is kind of dog shit. I say as I think BioShock 1 and 2 only had like, they didn't have the biggest. Well, they did. They had different kinds of splicers. There was like Spider, Houdini, Fire, you know. Actually, never mind. They did. They had quite a diverse cast of enemies comparatively to this. But they did look good. Whenever there was an enemy, he did look good. It probably would have looked better if I wouldn't have seen them all a billion times because they were the only 6 enemies. But you know, no boss fight. Once again, very disappointed. I just bashed that motherfucker's head in. That sucked. Which, I mean, to be fair, the second game's boss fight also wasn't all that great. The first game's boss fight also kind of a letdown, but it's still at least a boss fight with a dude who like looks crazy. You know what I mean? You're like, this guy looks like nothing else I've seen in the game, and now he's coming at me, and I'm just gonna stand here, tank it, and shoot him. But at least it was a scary looking motherfucker. Yeah, no, that was very silly. I don't know how else I could put that, but that was extremely silly, that whole ending. The Lutesses being... So they went through with it and they wanted to not do... They were like, no way, you know, actually this Booker guy is right. Like, because I'm assuming initially they were like, well, let's go take her so that way blah, blah, blah. And I don't, why could she do tears? Was it just because she was in a whole different universe? Why is Booker DeWitt's daughter specifically the girl that can do that? You know what I mean? Is it because she got transported through a portal at such a young age? Maybe it had some kind of effect on her being able to do that. Because he didn't want her for her powers. He wanted her because, like, Lady Comstock couldn't have a baby. Also, how did he not recognize himself whenever he was face to face with him? Well, he just had a beard. You know what I mean? Like, he looked I was like, oh, hey, that kind of looks like Booker right there whenever he had the... it took him a little too long to catch on, if you ask me. And also Anna DeWitt being on his hand to, like, remind him, and then he obviously forgets is crazy. To brand yourself with something and then just fully forget. Like, what is that? Like, he's had that on his hand and he did not have any understanding of why he had it. Like, what the fuck is very weird. Some child has the last name Abercrombie and I feel bad for him, but little baby Williams. Hugo Shore is kind of a hard name though. Yeah, no, I mean, it's not the worst first-person shooter that I play. It's not the worst shooter in general that I play. Like, trust me, as someone who just played through Kane and Lynch 2 not that long ago, this is, you know what I mean? This is totally fine. I believe that the reasoning behind a lot of this, like the lack of boss fights, the lack of a songbird fight, the lack of a Comstock fight, this game was very much rushed out, which is funny because, like, the second, if you rewind the video, whenever they're doing these thankses and stuff right here, like, one of the first ones that I saw was Born to Crunch, and it was just like, yeah, you did. You definitely did. It's also got, like, a very base level dialogue on racism that I feel like is not, like, it's just like, no, these guys are obviously, like, you know what I mean? Which, I mean, they are assholes, you know, you shouldn't be racist. That makes you kind of an asshole. Definitely makes you an asshole, not kind of. I don't know. I just feel like they kind of brought it up at the beginning, and then it was very much just like, yeah, so that's a thing. And they just completely ignored it. Which also, for some reason, like, there was racism towards, you know, obviously, like, black people and then the Irish. I didn't see anything for any other races. I didn't see a Hispanic person in there. The Asian guy, they were letting, you know, be out. I guess he was in Finkton, actually, to be fair. He was still there. But they let him live. They didn't just immediately kill him. I don't know. Maybe he was also getting put down. Didn't see any fucking Italian dudes or anything like that in there either. It's just weird. They're they were like the Irish and black guys and women. Those two, those two, fuck them. And then now all the other races were just kind of like excluded from the extreme racism. You know what I mean? No one was like walking around. You know what I mean? I feel like I got at them. Maybe it was just the beginning, but you know, he's like, oh, you're taking the coffee black nowadays, are you? Like, trying to, you know what I mean? But like, none of them was like, I never heard anyone be like, oh, you're trying to date one of them Asian women. Like, that didn't happen. Or like that kid was getting yelled at because he was talking to the Irish girl. Once again, it was those two races exclusively, and it was very bizarre to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm overanalyzing that. It was just weird to me that it was like these two races exclusively we're gonna go in on. Because from what I could tell, you know, the Asian fella, the gunsmith, he seemed to have like a nice job and was genuinely like not being fucked with that much, but he was down in Finkton. So, and Finkton was where they were sending the people that they viewed as like, oh shit, the whole... Sorry, I sat here too long talking without touching the controller. Long ass credits, apparently. But yeah, it's very, very weird parts of this game like that. And once again, I am never, I'm sorry, but I am never gonna understand for a singular second who thought it was super chill to be like, just let him have.
This is fine. It's that one line I don't know.
That's fucking crazy. Just let him have 2 guns at a time. I know that we're just coming off BioShock 2 where the combat is at the peak of combat, but like you are now only allowed to have 2 of them. And they gave me a sniper and a big ass revolver. It's very obvious which ones I'm gonna choose, you know what I mean? I think in a lot of the playthroughs, actually, I used to use like the machine gun, obviously, because you can just miss so much. You can just be like, ah, and just like kind of fire rapidly. But the shotgun or the sniper and the what do they call it? The hand cannon are just like, they go. And not to mention, bro, it always feels good to pull out the fucking big iron on them.
Saying, like, this is the second, that's the third, that's the fourth, but then I don't think that's supposed to say lone.
Probably lonely. We're missing one. We'll get the actual. Nothing else.
What is happening here? Is this Elizabeth's voice actor? I'm just guessing because it'd be very weird. Just be like, we got this random singer to come in at the end, and we just, you know, we'll just show this video. You think this song will get copyrighted? I bet it will. And also, so how did killing Booker DeWitt in that moment stop the rest of everything? Because like I don't understand. It said that there's millions and millions of him, you know, across all the different multiverses and all these different lighthouses and shit. You just killed one. Are the Elizabeths going around killing all of them? Was I just like top of the list? Because like, why wouldn't you recruit me and be like, well, let's go kill the rest of them? That should have been BioShock 4. It's just you going into a whole shitload of different universes, Rick and Morty style, to fucking kill. And I hate Rick and Morty, by the way. I just like to put that out there. Not a fan of Rick and Morty, but I am aware that I've seen that episode where they hop and they kill themselves and take the play. Yeah, just fucking let me quantum leap around, killing Comstocks, which is me, but that'd be cool. But yeah, so what's their plan? They killed me. I'm not, like, I already gave you away. Like, the brand is on my hand. You're gone. You got to me too late. If you wanted to stop Comstock and all of the events that are getting set in place, wouldn't you take me back, like go and kill me before I do that? I don't understand. What was the point in killing me at that moment? How did that stop? Unless that was like the place. No, I don't understand. So in that moment, was it supposed to be like, maybe that's why there were all the different Elizabeths, was because it was like, well, they're all converging onto this one moment. And then it splits off from here because, you know, you come up, you either bail out, you stay Booker DeWitt, or you go under and you become Comstock. And this is the moment where we have to stop. Well, actually, I guess that part was right after. Okay, never mind. I was wrong. I in the time period where she took me back to, I didn't. But I'm not from that universe originally, so I don't understand why I was the stand-in. I was from a different one originally. I don't understand why taking me back to that point after I went through all that shit. Why was that the moment that helped? I don't get it. I understand that, like, that's the moment where it happened, but, like, so are you just gonna, maybe they are, maybe those Elizabeths that you saw are going into every single baptism, you know what I mean, moment in every single universe and killing me at that exact moment. But once again, there's no reason to kill Booker DeWitt because he ran away, and if Booker DeWitt runs, I guess he does still collaborate with but if all the Comstocks are dead, that doesn't matter. Why don't you just kill the ones that accepted the baptism? I don't understand.
You can do that.
Otherwise, there's like, well, otherwise there's just like an abrupt ending, right?
All right. Well, so what I want to do. You guys are really, really, really good.
What I want to do.
Make it 48 worse.
I want to take the tempo down a little bit if we can, and sort of start by finding, like, Booker, if you could just be sort of like picking away.
Booker.
And then sort of start to play the song. And
is that Booker DeWitt? Is that him?
Find the tempo together a little bit.
Is that the voice actor?
You guys are so
He could-
excellent and professional.
Yeah, no, it won't be like that.
I want to make it sound like it's not like, you know.
Is that Booker DeWitt's voice actor? He just happened to be able to also play guitar.
So,
That's funny as
Eric
hell.
Clapton, I get Sheryl Crow.
John, who do you want, John?
Right. Yeah. Joplin.
Ex-Tina?
Britney Spears and Seal.
That's how they ended the credits, with Britney Spears and. Okay, that was the credits. That was okay. Well, now we're in the credits for the DLC, so you'll get to see my reaction to the base game finishing, and then to this DLC finishing. The DLC was the first half of it is kind of cool when it's like a little bit of a mystery, a little bit of noir, you know what I mean? Going from like the newer, nice part of Rapture, or the newer, but like the still good part of Rapture, down into the hellish part and all that. That was pretty cool, you know, getting to confront and Atlas / Fontaine again. That was pretty cool. What was not cool was episode 2. Episode 2 was a stealth game, like a Dollar General brand Dishonored game, to be honest with you. It didn't feel super awesome. The way that they expanded the story of the first game, I didn't really like at all. So you're saying that Elizabeth set into events all of everything that happened in BioShock 1. But what does that mean for Booker DeWitt and Elizabeth in terms of the BioShock Infinite story? It just means that she, I guess, successfully got rid of all the Comstocks / maybe also all the DeWitts might have died. Either because they ended up always wanting to sacrifice themselves, or just dying in the process of trying to help save Elizabeth. So he's in that permanent like existential loop of every version of him goes to try to save her and either dies in Colombia or gets drowned because he realizes he's also Comstock, or the Comstocks all just get murdered by these different versions of Elizabeth. And then after Elizabeth finishes all of it, after she does all of this shit to try to stop him, you know what happens? She loses her powers and then dies.
Watch the sunrise.
Like, what the fuck? Genuinely, what the fuck? They were satisfied with that? They were okay with that? Like, they were stoked that was how it... I'm being so genuine right now. This is actually beyond baffling how much I disliked that to like a big extent. Like, I genuinely am not. Especially whenever there's like whole things about how fucking much she misses Booker and how much she wished. Like, there couldn't have been an ending where she ended up in Paris and Booker is there and they like, you know, they like live around the corner from each other or some shit and go play Scrabble in the fucking in the park, and Elizabeth always beats him every time, but he's okay because he's like, you know, worked to be forgiven for his sins. Or how about a DLC where one of the Bookers is pulled out of his universe by a different Elizabeth that's like, what are you doing here? And then they got to go and kill like, you know, like 5 different versions of Comstocks, and that's the whole DLC. I would have liked that a million times more than this. This was obviously just a grab at like, remember Rapture though? Rapture was and not to say Columbia didn't look beautiful. The art direction in BioShock Infinite is awesome. Everything looks amazing. You know, up until that last cutscene where the fucking textures didn't load and everything kind of looked terrifying. But like, it was just like, oh yeah, you went up, maybe you just didn't like Columbia a whole lot. Did you miss Rapture? Well, here it is. You know what I mean? Maybe Columbia wasn't what you signed up for and you just wanted more Rapture, so here, you can have it, but pay us for it instead. And no, I'm not going to be doing the Clash in the Clouds DLC, but I have played it, and I played it enough that I know that I hate it, and I can give you an honest opinion on it. It's fucking boring. The combat in BioShock Infinite is not fun enough to carry like a wave-based combat simulator, you know what I mean? It's just not. It's like 13 different kinds of stun in your left hand, and one that sets people on fire, and one that possesses them. And they're all just stuns.
Yep.
Even the fire one is a stun technically for a second, but it also catches them on fire or freezes. It's just red stun, blue stun, green stun, black stun. And the gun plays all right. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna say shooting the gun at someone and hitting them with it doesn't feel like good enough. You know what I mean? But like the lack of weapon choice because of those 2 slots, it's just not. It's not that. And not to mention also, from what I do remember, mainly the way that you're gonna be trying to go about getting through Clash in the Clouds is via hopping on the monorail and hopping off and trying to hit them. You know what I mean? You're just basically gonna be looking for a rail to be like, hey, look at this, bam, and then slapping them. It's not that good. It's not good at all. I'm not even gonna say not that good. It's just not good at all. And to be honest, episode 2 was also not that good at all. It did not offer me anything in the way of something that made me feel like BioShock 1 or 2. And it also did not capture me in terms of like, oh, I like the story though. I like the ending for what happened to them. So it just failed on both fronts for me personally. That was honestly just as bad, if not maybe a little worse than on both. Like that's a fucking letdown, bro. I genuinely didn't remember the ending to it, and the fact that she just dies like that is fucking bogus as shit. The fact that she never got her powers back, and that like it was like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm a big fan of going against the laws of nature. If they're like, fuck you, you can't have your powers anymore, then I'm like, fuck you, you wanna bet? Oh my god. Also, the music in the third game, not as good as the music in the first 2. That's also another point. And I'm talking about this music as well. Not just like not just the original soundtrack for the game. I'm talking like the songs that they brought over, not as good as the ones from BioShock 1 and 2. Overall, I completely understand why people who have played all 3 of these games and can look at it from an objective position can absolutely say like, this game is not very good. Because I recall playing this game at like 15, 16 and being like, yo, this game is crazy. It's like one of the best first-person shooters I've ever played, bro. And that's after playing BioShock 1 and 2. But like now, playing it, now that I've played so many other games, so many other FPSs, seen so many other stories in games, dude, that shit just sucked. Like, what was that? Quality assurance did good, though. It ran pretty good. I don't know what happened on the last cutscene. It's probably a Series X issue. But, I mean, it seemed like, I say that, actually, I swear to God, sometimes that crossbow would just casually miss. Holy shit, they had 1 guy on the localization team. 2 guys, sorry. James Crocker and Tom Baker, good shit. If they would have just made it a little, I don't know. I genuinely think maybe what they should have done is just given Elizabeth her powers somehow. Let her, which I know is like against the overall story where she goes down and loses them, and that's like the whole point is, hey, well, if you go there, you're gonna lose your fucking powers. We told you this. We tried to warn you. But even then, dude, it's just like, give me the fucking power. Like, let me play with the powers at this point, dude. Don't make me go Dishonored crawling around, or half-assed Dishonored crawling around with this fucking vignette on my goddamn screen the whole game. It sucked. And once again, the quote-unquote boss fight sucked. It's just another group of people, dude. That was like the main boss fight was whenever Ryan sent all those dudes in. Very mid.